transformational lesson that I learned after my spiritual awakening, which changed the way that I saw every single thing in my life, whether it was in my personal life or whether it was playing out globally on the public stage. When I had my spiritual awakening, the biggest, most incredible knowing that I received was that this is a stage, that this is not reality, that the human experience is something that we've created so that we can feel every single emotion that is not available to us in another realm. And it's all a stage. It's all an illusion. This doesn't mean that what we feel isn't real. This doesn't mean that we are not actually feeling the emotions of anger and sadness and grief and depression. But what it means is this isn't the reality. This is the experiment. This is the playground. And so when I hold that perspective about everything, it doesn't mean I turn off my emotions, but it just means that I immediately know that there is a higher perspective, a deeper meaning, a lesson from everything that hurts, from everything that I can see. And so as an example, I just did a video on the Trump-Elon feud here on YouTube where I revealed 10 hidden truths. When I look at something like that play out in the public arena, I look at it as if I'm looking at a movie. It doesn't distress me. It doesn't impact me negatively. I don't automatically think, oh, so that means he's a bad person or he's a bad person. I look at, wow, what is playing out now so that we can learn from it? Because everything that is playing out in the public arena, publicly, so that we as a collective can witness, is revealing something deeper within us. And so the magic is to actually see everything play out from a higher perspective so that we don't allow it to impact us negatively, so that we connect to, well, what is the truth? What am I feeling here? What does this mean about the beliefs that I hold? And that is such a powerful perspective to hold when you're actually placing yourself in a neutral position, no matter what anybody is doing in the world, when you realize that it's all a game, that it's all an experiment, that it's all playing out so that we can learn more about ourselves, that it's part of the evolutionary process as a soul. So that when we see things from a higher perspective, we become curious instead of emotional. And this does not mean that we don't have feelings and emotions, but we watch our feelings and emotions. This does not mean we don't get angry or depressed, because we are human. So even though this is an experiment and it's all a movie and it's not real, we're still actually feeling the emotions and doing everything according to the movie. So just like you see two people in a movie actually touch each other, we're still touching each other, we're still speaking to each other, we're still hurting each other, we're still loving each other. That's still happening. It's not fake, but that's not what it's all about. What it's all about is having the human experience and feeling all the emotions that we're not able to feel in the spiritual realm. Because in the spiritual realm, we don't have judgment, we don't have separation, we don't have lack, we don't have anger. And so in order to experience all of those emotions, we come down into the human body to be part of Earth's experiment so that we can feel what all that feels like, and we forget the truth of who we really are on purpose. We are purposely given amnesia at the point of reincarnation so that we can find ourselves back to the truth of who we really are. So we can remember that we do have a God particle inside us, that we are powerful, that we are co-creators, that we can create anything that we want to create, that there is more to life than just money. There is more to life than just things. There's more to life than just a body. There's more to life than just achievements, that we're already worthy. We don't need any of that to be worthy because we are already worthy. And these judgments that we have about ourselves and about others are judgments that the human experiences because they believe in the illusion of separation. And so the biggest perspective that has made the changes in my life, that has brought me so much peace, is that everything is playing out perfectly in this divine human experiment, that everything that is happening for the highest good of all, always, even when it doesn't feel like it at the time. And I've just got a question there. Is this about politics? Well, it's about everything. Everything. So whether it's in the political life, in the collective, in your personal life, whatever is going on, I view it from a different perspective. And the perspective is, what is there to learn about me here, rather than pointing fingers at someone else? What judgments am I still holding on to? That this isn't real. This is just a massive, beautiful, incredible, exciting movie. And so when I do see something publicly play out like the Trump Elon Musk feud, it's actually quite funny and exciting, because it's like, you might think, well, it's not very exciting for the people that are getting kicked out of the United States. Well, they may not see it as that, but who are you to assume what their soul learning is going to be as a result of that later on? Because there are no accidents in this divine world, that every single person is playing a role that's important for our spiritual evolution. That Elon and Trump have very powerful archetypes that they're playing out perfectly, and they're bringing this chaos to the picture so that whatever needs to be dismantled will be dismantled, and then we're going to have other players come in to rebuild. But if we see everything as perfection, that there are no accidents, there are no coincidences, that there is only divine truth, then we don't feel the stress and the anger at external events. It doesn't turn you into a machine. Obviously, if something happens that's devastating in your life, you still have to experience that emotion, but always holding the lens that it's happening for your highest good, no matter what that is. No matter what that is. That this situation is perfect for whatever reason that I don't understand at this very moment. And so if anybody has any questions, I'd love to answer them. Yeshua, yep, forgive and love yourself before you can love and forgive others. Yes, yes. First, compassion, forgiveness, and love towards yourself first. Because if you can't give it to yourself, you can't give it to others, and then to others. Absolutely. And so, if that resonated with you, I'd love to hear your comments, and yeah, sending you so much love. That is today's daily truth drop. See you later. Giving you so much love.